Good morning, everyone. It's 2:58 a.m. the 21st. It's early Tuesday morning, January 2020. So I'm up with the guys smoking down. It's late. I've been on the Astroscape already. Having to deal with some entities that want to control other entities with religion, you know what I'm saying? And we have people making people feel like they're not worthy of the grace of God because of who or what they are, right? And I'm talking about transgender people. Y'all know from like one of my recent videos that I've been ministering to a young transgender entity who wanted some advice and mentoring, right? And some clue, you know, just because everything got so confusing, you see. They want to tell you, the religionists, organized religionists, want to tell you that if you're transgender, you can't, God don't want you. God can't use you. They pull out these scriptures about, oh, let not this person think they have anything coming from God and all that stuff, right? They ignore the scripture that says with prayer, you know, all things are acceptable unto the Lord with prayer and supplication. That covers being transgendered or gay, okay? There's a few things it doesn't cover, like torturing any entity, animal or person. Pedophilia, it doesn't cover that. It doesn't cover rape. You're not going to get God to condone rape with prayer and supplication. You're not going to get God to condone murder with prayer and supplication. What that clause is covering is things like vices. You know, that, oh, your preacher says that, oh, you gotta quit doing this or quit doing that or quit being this, or you will not be acceptable to the Lord. You know, when my life, my choice was to smoke weed instead of be a drunk or a chemical toilet. Because, well, we have enough of those in our family. And I'm grateful to my uncle because, well, he's a Vietnam War veteran, 101st Division, Airborne Division. Y'all know that if they had that eagle on their shoulder, 101st Airborne Division, they were feared. But the most heroic thing that my uncle ever did for me personally, okay, well, he's done some heroic things, like he went after some of the pedophiles and threatened to do to them what they did to me as a kid. And just because he made the threat, he went to jail. You know, stuff like that. It's like, and he went after a pedophile in the church that did stuff to me during the services. So yeah, he did some heroic stuff for me when he came back, and he found out the stuff that was happening to me, but it didn't stop him. You know, it still kept happening. It's just they were sneakier. But yeah, one of the most heroic things he ever did for me, beyond that shit, was he turned me on to smoking weed young. He's like, they're going to try and turn you on to heroin and alcoholism and all this other stuff. Just remember, you can always come back to this. This is your mainstay. You see? And it always has been. When others were falling in pits, I was just walking away because, well, that's all I did. I drink coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. And I smoke cigarettes. I am supposed to quit smoking. I'm not supposed to be smoking, but I've been smoking. And I'm up because, well, I've been eating the pills again. You know, the health regimen. There's a pill ritual at night. I have to eat 6 pills because of the stent in my heart. I have a stent in here to keep it from getting scarred and messed up. So yeah, I'm back to eating the pills. But you see, when I'm eating the pills, then I'm back to the side effects, like waking up in the middle of the night with cramps in my arms and legs, and my arm, like, it just feels numb all the time, stuff like that. My blood pressure's not high. I have a vein that's narrowing in my neck that's causing like numbness. So it does make playing guitar and bass a little bit more challenging sometimes. Not always, but sometimes it is kind of a challenge because I can't feel what's happening. So I have to kind of make contact more with my eyes. So yeah, I woke up with that, with how my arm hurts and my leg is like it's cramped up and shit. And it's like and that's why it's like, hey, when I get back on these pills and I get back in my system strong, I go back through this stuff. And I haven't been going to the doctor and stuff. I was supposed to months ago get do a fasting blood test, and my leg was bothering me, so I was supposed to get an x-ray too. Well, I went in for the fasting blood thing, walked up to the hospital and everything, and it wasn't 6 o'clock in the morning yet, and the night crew don't know how to pull up the orders that are in the computer or whatever, so I couldn't get it done. So I canceled my doctor's appointment. That was months ago. I haven't been back. I haven't done anything for my health. And then I wasn't eating the pills regularly. I just recently went back to last night was the 3rd day of eating them in a row, because I've been like, I'll skip a day or two, then eat them again, because I can't stand having to open 6 bottles of pills and take them every day, man. I just can't stand it. It's just like worshiping my health and worshiping the condition and worshiping the stent. It's like, you can just like hear the jungle drums and shit, and the fire's going and shit, opening up the fucking pill bottles. It's like, damn, man, this is like some kind of ritual shit. I can't just have a couple pills. I gotta have 6 of them every day. And that was cut down from 7. They did cut me down from 1. We did have to take 7. And I just stopped taking them and told the doctor why. It's like, I'm not opening 7 bottles of pills a day, plus they're doing this stuff to me. So he took me off one of them, and that stopped one of the symptoms I had, like a weird thing happening in my head. That went away with not taking that pill anymore. So yeah, I have a person that I've been in contact with that has been led to believe that because, this entity is transgender and has already started transformation, comes from one of them accommodating families where there's money and there's, I guess, boredom, I don't know. It's like, if my kid wanted me to buy him some poison to drink, I don't think I'd go buy him some poison. But that's where I'm at. And to me, I'm a transgender entity, okay? To me, to help someone facilitate that too young and without certain experiences, okay, if you're in a male body, before you relinquish your manhood, you need to experience having sex with a woman. You need to experience putting your hard dick in a wet, drippy, willing, waiting vagina. You need to experience that physical connection, that intimacy, so that you understand what your core function of your person was before your own desires set in, which may not have been your own desires. They may have been programmed into you. Until you do that, you can't know for sure that you want a sex change. And you're always, later, you're going to wonder. Okay, you're going to wonder. Because you never found out about the own functionality of what you were born with. Sure, it may not be natural to you. It may not be what you're, you know that once you do it, you're still going to want your sex change. But you still gave yourself the benefit. You gave the universe the benefit that you tried. You gave the collective consciousness the benefit that, hey, you didn't get robbed of making an educated decision. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Now, if I was hung better, if I could find better women, if a woman could be faithful and, stuff like that, if there was such thing as this fantasy woman that, is not really there, I probably wouldn't even want a sex change. You see? But I'm at the point where, the size of my penis is like its average size. And women are turned out to giant dick in this generation. And it's like, it's just what they are. They're programmed to it. They got great big giant gapey vaginas, man. It's like throwing a goddamn hot dog down a tunnel. So it's like, dude, what the fuck am I going to do for a bitch like that? Fuck her in her ass? Fist fuck her? It's like, I'm going to put a lot of effort into getting her nut. And then I'm going to have to get my own nut on my own anyway. So why put myself through that? Why vex my soul and my spirit with that? Just the ruining of the female of the species. Just ruin it to where, to get anything, good, you got to find a post-op transgender person, that their vagina used to be a penis. You see? Because, well, then you're going to find a normal-sized vagina again, right? I mean, for real, it's like I've been subjected to this stuff where, I'm not seeing no normal women. No normal women open their legs. I don't get to see no normal looking pussy. I don't know what the shit looks like, right? It's been so long since I've seen any. It's like, for real. What I see is what's already been played out. And, just wore out, and on the biggest shit they could find, right? Well, I'm not gonna do nothing for that, yo. So, if I had like 3 or 4 more inches, and I was fatter around, I wouldn't even consider it. Oh, pardon me. I wouldn't even consider a sex change because I wouldn't take that away from women. But as it stands right now, I'm just a hated little fucker. So I'm not taking nothing away from women by giving myself my own gender, right? And this is all pipe dream shit because, well, for me to get my gender would require funding that I don't have. It would require people being attracted to me that will never be attracted to me, stuff like that, participation in my transformation, you see. And ultimately, there's a lot of people who want to see me die like this. A loser, broke, sad, sick, and is the wrong gender. They're like hell-bent on it. Keep me down so that I can't get my sex change. And it's like, now I've evolved so far that I would have to get a whole lot accomplished for other entities before I could come back to myself and do that for myself. So now it's kind of like, it's like a super pipe dream. Because, well, I would just have to become a multi-millionaire and be able to delegate some tasks off to some people just so that I could go have time for operations and procedures and shit. So, yeah, it's becoming further and further away with every moment that passes, and with every realization that, I am not my own. I don't own myself. I have to be a servant to the universe, you see. So, all right, y'all. We've had a good little kick it this morning. And don't let them tell you otherwise. You're acceptable. Be blessed, man.